I'm going to shake here with a couple of back-to-back battles here that are both aces in one of my favorite vehicles in the entire game, the JagPanzer IV. Now, the key features of this vehicle are the extremely low profile and very, very high damage per minute. With my current setup with vents and a rammer, and you see I also have binoculars mounted, I actually have over 3,000 damage per minute in this Tier 6 German tank destroyer. You did hear that right. Over 3,000 damage per minute. That is E25 levels of damage per minute. Basically, this thing can go toe-to-toe with just about every Tier 6 and many, many Tier 7s and come out on top. It does actually have 80 millimeters of frontal hull armor and a pretty decently chunky gun mantlet. You don't want to take hits, though. This thing plays based on the damage per minute plus stealth. That low profile does give it a very, very good camouflage rating. And so much so that I'm actually going to go all the way up here to the middle on the glacier map. And I'm trying to stay over to the side here, because if you can get up here in time, you can get some sneaky shots into the heavies as they make their way over. And my wife's over there in her STRV 74 in this battle, and she's actually going to go up to the middle, and I'm positioned to where maybe I can provide some supporting fire. And there we have the T-34-1 and her in her STRV 74. First victim is crossing. I lead a little too much and too high, so that leaves the T-34-1 able to pick up the kill there. As you see, the reload is insanely good on this. And as the Black Prince angles, I do switch over to APCR. And I can punch straight through his drive sprocket and deal damage. So that is a top tier heavy gone. Now you see I switch back to regular ammunition. The reload on this is so fast that you can easily go back and forth to whatever ammo that you need for the target at hand. And that's something that you should do, because all three ammo types are effective. Here we go. Got a ram trying to make his way through. I hit him with this 88. Now this is the 88 L56. Has 145 millimeters of pen and very workable accuracy. I was trying to sneak in a shot onto the engine deck, but that is actually a very, very nice weapon at Tier 6. It has almost 200 millimeters of premium penetration, but the 145 of regular is more than enough to work with. As I search for a shot on the enemy Panther, and that is definitely a hit. And there's that ram again. Sneak one more hit. And now I am spotted by the Hellcat. However, again, low profile is fantastic there, because all I had to do was back up just a little, and I'm pretty much protected from him, as he got obliterated for his attempt on me. Sneak in the killing shot on the Cromwell. But again, you just see me here in the middle, working shots of opportunity all around. And this vehicle is very, very much adept at doing that, as suddenly my wife crashes. I guess she flung off the carrier. I honestly wasn't paying attention during the battle or even during my commentary here. I'm going to try to sneak a shot into the top of the Panther's turret there, but he gets taken out before I can manage a second follow-up shot. And now I'm going to poke around here, because this game is starting to get a lead built up. And now I'm going to look and see if I can't spot maybe the enemy artillery or a couple of tank destroyers. And somehow we lose two more people to crashing. It's like the enemies aren't as good at killing my teammates as my teammates are of killing themselves. There's one hit into the enemy JagPanzer IV, and he hits me. This is part of why you don't want to get shot in it. It does have a frontal transmission, and transmission hits will disable your engine. As you see, I had to use the repair kit to repair the engine, as it shows, but the engine is definitely in the rear of the vehicle. It's just that the transmission's up front, and a hit to your lower plate will knock out the transmission very frequently in this. Something to be aware of. But now we know where the JagPanzer IV is, and the T-67 is the unknown. And as quick and agile as they are, he could be just about anywhere he wants to be. Especially since we don't have a presence to the east, and we have nobody covering the southeast at all. So he's going to be either at his base or making his way around. And now that JagPanzer IV has exposed himself again, he's not really working the stealth advantage of this vehicle very much. I'm not myself either. I'm just using hard cover and the terrain, but these are actually very stealthy vehicles. But as you see, for him to get shots, he's actually exposing himself over the top of the ridge. And now as he pulls forward, one more hit into him to give him a little payback for shooting me, and the LAF takes him out. Now I am suspecting fully at this point that the T-67 is at his base. I'm figuring that he's just moving further and further back to stay alive. That turns out to be wrong, but I don't know that at the time. At the time, I'm just thinking that he's falling back. Because I myself have went back to the back corner where there's lots of concealment, and you can always get the first shot off. But as of now, I don't know that yet. As a spoiler alert, he has actually went to the south and went around. And what I'm doing here is I poke up to where I'm visible, and I'm actually testing to see if my sixth sense goes off. That is something you can do. You can poke up or around a corner and then pull back immediately. And if you don't get spotted, you know nobody had line of sight on you. If you get spotted, that's at least a telltale sign that somebody's seen you. Just a little trick you can play with your sixth sense. And as you see, I have the high explosive loaded. The 88 on this with high explosive can actually two-shot a T-67. Even with the boost in hit points. This is a little bit older battle, but even with the boost in hit points, you not only have the chance of high rolls two-shotting a T-67, but you're going to do massive amounts of critical damage. You can take out crew, damage modules. Routinely, a shot to the turret will kill the gunner or the loader or both or the commander and damage the gun and maybe even take out the ammo rack. So it's very, very much worth it to stock a few high explosive. I actually should put about 5 in this. I carry, I think, only 2 or 3. I should put more like 5 because the 88 high explosive is pretty good, especially at the middle tier here. But I'm motoring back towards the middle because now, as you see, the T-67 got spotted at our base. He basically, instead of trying to go for a defense, he was going more for a last-ditch attempt to get some easy damage on artillery or even on the tank destroyers that are back there. So I'm moving up to the middle here to see if maybe he's making a rush through the north. That's kind of my guess here. But as it plays out, he's really just gunning for the LEF. And we find that out here in just a second. Right there. He's behind cover. I can't get to him. And he's shooting at the LEF. And here in just a second, he finishes him off. Looks like one more shot. LEF hits him in return. And now he killed the LEF. That was a very poorly aimed shot by me, but I get my follow-up, aim it, and before he can get away, there, I secure the kill on him. And that, of course, is a victory, 15-10, and was an ace tanker, and I also got the high caliber. And as we go look at the results there, I was at the top in experience and damage. And because I didn't fire hardly any premium, I made a decent amount of profit on that game. And next battle brings us on to the Fjords map. And as you see, I am 100% bottom tier. Now still, remember, over 3,000 damage per minute with my current setup. I have, again, rammer and vents, and Brothers in Arms is fully trained up on this crew, so that is a about as good as it gets type of setup for raw damage output. But something that's pretty straightforward. I'm going to go up to your typical early tank destroyer spot right here around the end of the mountain range. Following in behind here, the Hellcat. Make my way up here. Got the Scorpion G as well with me and the E25, so kind of a rounded amount of tank destroyers. You get the damage per minute from me and the E25, and you get the hard-hitting Scorpion. Let's try to set up here and look for a shot. I just fling it because sometimes I've been having an issue where I don't get outlines, but it's not that. It's just that the SU-100Y was behind the mountain there. And now it's just typical tank destroyer waiting for shots. Let's just see who presents themselves first. As team's already whining in chat. Very typical. And as I go to leave, there, of course, SU-100Y presents himself and gets blasted. But now I'm leaving anyways, because look at our map. The whole north, that's the northeast corner, is wide open. It's as open as an entry to our base can be. So I am going to fall back. I'm one of the few people I think that have noticed it. Our EBR Hotchkiss is the only other one reacting. So I'm going to go right over here. There's a nice cluster of bushes, and I'm going to set up and get ready to use the stealth of this JagPanzer IV, because it does have a supreme amount of camouflage. And it's one tank destroyer that you could run a camouflage net, or even now with the improved equipment, or not improved equipment, but the new equipment options, you could even probably run that exhaust system on here. I had one shot sail over the T-44, one shot bounced, another shot bounced, another shot bounced. That's the point where the range is significant enough that the 145 millimeters of pen is just not quite enough. Probably should have fired some premium at him, but I was looking to get the side of his turret, or at least track him. But I did manage to get the kill on the enemy T-37 light tank. Our heavies are taking a beating, and I actually spot the Super Hellcat. Now I remember to pull back, and then I hit the Super Hellcat. I've pulled back just enough that tree provided enough cover for my muzzle flash. And now the E-25 is pushing around. Looks like he's taken note of the fact that, oh, there's an enemy there. Would have been nice if he had been over there and firing when the Super Hellcat was spotted. But now we have not only the Super Hellcat, but we have the enemy EBR Hotchkiss over here. And I'm trying to land a shot on him as he moves and bounces all around. And there's another target. And now it's a target-rich environment, but they're all behind cover. And I haven't taken note just yet of the Super Hellcat popping back up. Now I do. And right into the turret. And here's where the DPM is very nice. Got him again. And now that got him down low enough he could be finished off. Our GW Panther actually picked up the kill there. And now it went from a 3-3 game to now after that kill it's 4-6. So we are losing the game so far. And it actually had been 3-6 right before the artillery picked that up. And we lose our Black Prince, who had been helping to hold that corner. And now King Tiger's pushing through. I gotta whittle these guys down. He took a nice big hit, and that allows me to finish him off. But we have got to start evening the score out. Now here's KV2 pushing out. I was going for his drive wheel. Somehow I caught him on fire. Don't honestly know how. And there's another hit. So now he's getting low, but we lost our KB85 as well. And our CDC is in some serious trouble there. Low on health, has no armor, and he's pinned between two enemies. Well, I guess he decided to do what he could and deal some damage real fast. The Scorpion G has wisely fallen back to me, and now I am able to put some shots into the STRV-74, try a blind shot, no luck there. But now we're in a situation where we have myself and the Scorpion G here covering the base. We've got the E-25 who's way up north, and while that might seem a little useless at first, if somebody pushes into us really quick, he would have shots on him. So it's actually a very good spot for him to be in. The only one who right now is just kind of doing his own thing is the EBR. The Hotchkiss is going crazy. He's getting, looks like he's going to get the M12. And he doesn't secure the kill, but our own artillery does. And here's that same T-44 I bounced off of. Premium's loaded and ready to go in. I wait for him to cross into some more cover. And because he was in through some bushes, he didn't spot me. Even though I could see through my bushes, he didn't spot me. And now there's an enemy AT-8. Good thing I moved and didn't fire when he was around, because I would have been spotted. But now I am not spotted, so I'm actually gonna keep my premium loaded. I'm gonna roll over and try to seek out at least one shot on this AT-8. He bounces. I don't. Then he gets another hit into me and another hit. And surprise, surprise, he's firing full premium. Some people. Yes, I am firing it at the moment, but this is a waste for me. You see, I immediately switch back. When I have a target I can easily penetrate with armor piercing, it goes back in. And really, I should be firing HE at this guy. This is a Scorpion. Has non-existent armor. And I miss him. The E-25 is going to be able to ram kill him, which he does. And now, back to the premium to even the playing field with this AT-8. Roll over. And there's the AT-8. Finish him. Now, I'm spotted, so I need to get back. Well, that was the RHM, actually. Didn't need the premium for him. But the Scorpion takes out the AT-8. So there's a 1-2 punch, and now all that's left is the enemy Lorraine, who was spotted in the middle of all places. But I have a nagging suspicion already. As you see me in chat saying I love this vehicle. And this vehicle is very fun for me. I have played it and played it and played it and will always play it. And our EBR Hotchkiss said he's moving around, and I have a nagging suspicion. Unlike my teammates, you're going to see the Scorpion go north through the middle. You're going to see the E-25 go through the midsection of the map and then turn north. I do the opposite. I'm going to go through the middle, but I'm going to turn left and head south. And again, you see I tap into my couple of HE, and I really do need to remember to throw in a couple more. And as you see there, I'm saying in chat, the insane damage per minute is one of my favorite things about this. Now, with neither the E-25 or the Scorpion finding the enemy artillery, I know where he's at. He's going to be down here on the southern edge just before he can go into the water. And he's just going to be either hiding or maybe taking blind shots into the capture, or he's just waiting for one of us to bumble around the corner and get one last hit. But I am fully expecting him to be right down here. And there he is. And before he can turn, I get the shot off. And we go on over to the results screen here. Of course, again, that's a victory. I think that was 15-10 again. Let's actually go back. That is, yes, that's another 15-10 win. I didn't even realize that before recording. Again, that's an ace tanker. I got a few of the little ribbons. Plus, I got the Confederate this time for shooting the most enemy tanks. And finished top on damage and top on experience, despite being bottom tier. But again, this showcases some of the things I really, really like about the JagPanzer IV. The massive damage per minute and overall versatility. Hope you enjoy this, and thanks for watching.